Dharma teachings. Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zeng Kong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubdan Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, Mahottara Heruka, the 100 peaceful and wrathful deities. Simo, Tanzen Katso, Dubdan Siddhi, Dubdan Karma, all Dharma masters, Dharma lecturers, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma tutors, temple and center directors, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon. How do you do?
Aisteru, Shalange, Ola Miko, Kegero mucho, Sukoi, Ichiba, Kimochi, Jumi, Yapi, Pirim Pirim, Konnichiwa.
I would like to announce for next Sunday, January 28th at 3 p.m. there will be Ganapati, the red Jambala Homa fire offering ceremony. If you don't need any money, you don't have to become the primary supplicant. Today, we perform Mahottara Heruka Homa, and this deity is very special. He's a manifestation of the primordial Buddha, Adharma Buddha. Mahottara Heruka is the highest Vajra protector or Vajra deity. Every time we perform Mahottara Heruka, there would be a special blessing, and there are many responses. Today, I saw many Dakinis, hundreds of the peaceful and wrathful deities, and many Dakinis. And the Dakinis use Dakini language to praise Mahottara Heruka, using Dakini songs to praise Mahottara Heruka. Dakini language to praise Mahottara Heruka. And we would like to invite Master Lien Si to speak Dakini language to praise Mahottara Heruka. Homage to Grandmaster, homage to Mahottara Heruka, Amitabha.
The good
Now I would like to invite Dhamma Sister Han Yi to chant the song to praise Mahottara Heruka. Those are all not bad. I would like to share what I saw. Mahottara Heruka and his mandala. And then inside Mahottara's heart there is a mandala of Samantabhadra Buddha, Tathagata. And the 100 peaceful and blissful deities are all reflected in the mirrors, and also our images there. In the past, I've sang a song and nobody knew what it meant. I've asked many people. I never got an answer from which language it was. Now let me sing it for you. Have you heard this song before? Do you know which country, people from which country would sing this song? We have many people from different countries here, from Australia, from Holland, France, from England, Europe, other European countries. Anyone has heard of this song before? Have you heard of this song before? I have sung this song before. But nobody knew this song. And only now I knew that's a praise song of Dakinis. The music teacher of kindergarten turned out to be a Dakini. So my music teacher in elementary school turned out to be a Dakini. She taught me this song because I've been asking many people which country, which language that song is. Nobody knew. I didn't learn other music, but except this one. And the elementary school music teacher also taught us about Santa Lucia, about Bodhi tree. Next to the well, in front of the front doors, there is a Bodhi tree. I've walked into the tree, enjoying the shade of the tree. Whether I'm happy or upset, I often walk into this tree. So she taught us these 3 songs. She taught this song, the song called Bodhi Tree and Santa Lucia. And the Sanasponta was unknown to everyone what song it was. And it turned out to be a Dakini song. So my music teacher was a Dakini. We praise Mahodara Heruka. We hope that his blessings today will bring benefits to all sentient beings. One day, when I'm giving Dharma teaching on the Dharma throne, someone asked me to treat people using Qigong, right? And I said, okay, there is a treatment using Qigong. So I emitted the energy, and afterward I formed the nine syllable mudra, by drawing the mudra. And there was a disciple in Southeast Asia and saw this, and he downloaded a piece of that and into his television or monitor, and he sat in front of it, and his knees were in pain, and with injection, acupuncture, and with treatment medicine. And the doctor said that he needed surgery in order to be treated. But he played the part where I generated the energy, and he joined his palms and wholeheartedly received my energy generation. And he's somewhere in Southeast Asia. And then I was drawing the 9 syllable mudra, and from that moment until now, his knees have been free from pain completely. In the past, he could not walk with the pain. Who was that? Someone told me this story. It must be here.
是，他是一位印尼的一位师兄。
印尼的一位师兄，
对，
他把我这个发疯的那一段，他把它截录下来放走，然后他自己就合掌祈求这个发疯加持，结果就好了，是吗？
对，对。
是你讲给我听的，我都忘掉是谁讲给我听。好，那请说，有圣人，不是我随便讲的，所以这一段很重要。
在民宿，
因为我们的发疯是。
So, and I will use the 9-syllable mantra. And I did generated the energy, joined my palms, and chanted the mantra, right? So this is generating the energy. And the cutting mudra of the 9-syllable mantra. And that brother recovered. Because when I generated the energy, nobody is right in front of me. Only Mahotara Heruka. So, because he believes it's effective, it's useful, and truly it is. It's a very, very mystical, interesting. So that's the inconceivable realm. So there's no time and space limitation. He's in Indonesia and I generated in Seattle. This Dhamma brother, and he felt that he had the faith, so he got well. So he's connected. So there's no time and space distance, no spatial distance and no time distance. Why? So he's not on the internet, and he just downloaded it and played it on his own monitor or television, and it's already a different time from the time of the Qi generation. Download. So he watched the recording, so that's been a few days. So without the distance of the time and space. So the Vimalakirti has many examples and analogies that are inconceivable. It's very difficult to imagine. The room, the space is so small, and the Dharma seat is so huge, and 32,000 of them to be fitted into that room, and did not even feel crowded. So the small one can fit the big ones, and the city of Vaisali is not even that big, and the 4 major continents are not even that big, and they're not hindered or obstructed or affected by each other. The spatial dimension is also inconceivable. Sumeru Light King Buddha, the Sumeru Light King Buddha, and how far the distance it is. There is no distance. It can be sent to Vimalakirti's room right away. So there's no distance in terms of time and no distance in terms of space. Recently, I think on Wednesday, today is Sunday, so this past Wednesday, I saw Lien Yin. And I said, this little kid, why are you following me? And he told me, I'm out. And the first one I want to see is Grandmaster. So he came to see me. And I asked Lien Yin, why are you coming to see me? Oh, I just want to see how Grandmaster is now. And he said he's out. I didn't ask where he was from. And he's following me and following to one place. And this little kid is following me, affecting my daily life. What I'm doing is very secret. How can you peek into it? On Wednesday, he followed me all afternoon. So I couldn't do what I'm supposed to be doing. He followed me all afternoon. And I told people when I came, when I saw, everybody heard it. So he followed me all afternoon, and then I chased him out. Otherwise, you would have seen all my secret. I said, go your way. And just go wherever you want to go. Don't bother me. He's following me all afternoon. And he made me unable to do what I was going to be doing. It's all very interesting things. He came from a different dimension, the special dimension, and returned to the Saha world, and he's not looking for anybody else, and he's looking for me instead. So I asked him to go back to wherever he's supposed to be, that dimension, and don't bother me so I cannot do my thing that whole afternoon. That can happen. He came from another dimension. He had no forms, but I know he's Lien Yin. He could appear, his look manifested his appearance and then disappeared, just to let me know that he's Lien Yin. Master Ivan. These are all very, very marvelous and mystical. And we also hope that Mahautara Heruka will also manifest many marvelous, subtle and mystical things. Now we will talk about Q&A. A question from Indonesia, Lotus Yosef.
耶，莲花耶，耶这个耶字就是大耶的耶。
This word,
两个王，一个币。
how do you pronounce this word?
我们台语叫 Yosef。
In Taiwanese, it's called Yosef. It's a character from the Bible.
是莲花，印尼的莲花耶是问。
Question from Lotus Joseph in Indonesia. Guru Buddha, auspicious. Guru Buddha has emphasized many times the importance of the name of Amitabha Buddha. The A in Amitabha is very important and should not be pronounced as Omidofo like in the movies. The teaching of Guru Buddha aligns with the Sanskrit name of Amitabha Buddha because in Sanskrit, Mita means finite light and A means without. So A before Mita means infinite light or immeasurable light. Therefore, A is very important and cannot be omitted. Otherwise, it would become finite light. But why in the Hiking Sutra, it's only chanted as Mita Buddha? Maybe over 1,000 years of transmission, the A was lost. Can I change Mita Buddha to Amitabha Buddha when I recite the Hiking Sutra? This also aligns with the correct pronunciation of Amitabha Buddha, repeatedly emphasized by you, Guru Buddha. Oh, this kid is very smart. When I chant Hiking Sutra, the Mita Buddha, I also chant it as Amitabha Buddha. So his chanting of Amitabha Buddha is correct. Mita Buddha is the shortened. Why do I want to talk about this A? A is very important. We know in Tantrayana, the mantra, the most important 3 syllables. The Indians are lazy. I heard there is this story. The spiritual cultivators are all very lazy. So they pray to the higher beings. Please, just teach us a simple mantra, not so long. Like 100-syllable mantra, which 100 syllables, which has 100 syllables. 100-syllable mantra. So, Lian Yin, can you recite the 100-syllable mantra?
Sawagama Sutame Chitamu Siniran Guru Hop Ha 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 Pankawan Sawa Tathakata Pezama Pezabawa Mahasamaya Satoa Hompe.
Okay. Please be seated. And the Indians found that to be too long, and takes too long to chant it every day. So they prayed to the high beings. Please teach them the shortest mantra. And so they were given Om Ah Hum Soha. Because the Indians are lazy, they don't want it too long. So 5 syllables are not acceptable. So, okay, 3 syllables, Om, Ah, Hum. And the Indians still found it too long. And 1 syllable, that's just Om. And that's the original sound of the universe. But it does not represent anything. And the Indian said, the Om is good, of course. The Indians love to chant Om, most of them do. But we still need something real. And then the higher being said, that's Ah. The Ah character or syllable. And so they learn the 3 syllables, which is the 3-syllable mantra. Om, Ah, Hum. Om is or means the universe. Ah means appearance or manifestation. Hum is the result or attainment. So, of course, these are just one of the meanings. So, Om is the highest, the supreme. And I need to manifest something for you to see, and that's Ah, and that's light. So, like we said earlier, Ah is the infinite light, because there is nothingness in Om, and Ah is infinite. And Mita is light. That's why we chant Amitabha, Amitofo. Don't be misled and harmed by the movies when they see each other and they would greet with Amitofo. No, that's... If you say oh, that means it's dark, then you'll fall into hell. But the right way is Ami, which is manifestation. Or appearing as the infinite light. Om is nothingness. Ah is 1 and Hum is 3. This is meaningful. 5. Nothing becomes 1 and then becomes all things. And spiritual cultivation, we start from Hum to Ah to Om. We go backward, go the other way, the other direction. The Chinese saying, when you walk the other way on the major path, if we go the other way, then we become the great sage. So each one of us is a Hum syllable. If we can transform the Hum syllable into Ah, and from Ah into Om, and Om is the same as Nirvana. But Nirvana is also not right. Om is Buddha nature. Ah is appearance or manifestation, manifesting the light. And Hum is the sentient beings. This is very meaningful. So this question is quite meaningful, and that's Grandmaster's answer. Let me share a joke. Someone whose daughters called the Taiwanese cell phone company. How are you? Why my telephone bill is so expensive? And the answer, since you are talking like this, of course it would be expensive. So that's cause and effect. That is cause and effect. A lady told her friend, "Oh, there are so many people on the public transport, and my buns have become toast on the bus." And Ming said, "Oh, it's not bad. And the subway has even more people crowded." And the lady, "So you were pressed into toast as well?" "No. Oh, I was going to fart, but I was pressed so much that it became a hiccup." Xiaoming went out with his girlfriend, and on the road there's another woman. Called Xiaoming as honey baby, and the girlfriend was very angry and slapped that woman really hard. And Xiaoming cried, "Oh no!" And then the lady cried afterward, "Oh no, what can I do?" Because that was Ming's mom. So nowadays it's hard to tell somebody's age, because nowadays hard to tell. Grandmaster will be 80 in a few days according to Taiwanese calendar. Other than I don't have any hair. How old do you think I am? Oh, you're just trying to make me happy. Thank you, everyone. You also look young. You have no wrinkles, and you're shiny. Now we will talk about Vimalakirti Sutra. At this time, Vimalakirti said to Manjusri Bodhisattva, "Take your seat on the lion seat along with all the Bodhisattvas and high venerables." And Manjusri Bodhisattva immediately got on the huge lion seat. And each of the Bodhisattvas are the same as Manjusri Bodhisattva and took their positions on the lion seats. And their bodies all become as big as the lion seats. That's inconceivable. Their bodies could transform to become very tall and big and be seated on the lion seats. So those bodhisattvas, all these bodhisattvas who followed have great transcendent power. Manjusri Bodhisattva, of course, great bodhisattva, and there are many bodhisattvas following. And all the same, they could transform themselves to become very, very huge and tall, and to get themselves on the lion seats, on the 42,000 jhanas tall, and sat there. And then, however, the newly aspiring bodhisattvas, who are bodhisattvas on the first ground, second ground, third ground, are considered the newly aspiring bodhisattvas. They just initially become bodhisattvas. They just generated a new aspiration. They are bodhisattvas on the first, second, third, and fourth ground. And Sakyamuni Buddha's 10 great disciples, they were all arhats. They could not ascend to the lion seat. That's very tall. They had to fly. How could they fly? Such a huge and tall Dharma seat. You need transcendent power to ascend it. And you have to transform too. So you have to be as big as the Dharma seat to be able to be seated on it. So bodhisattvas with transcendent powers could, but arhats, the 10 great disciples, also have transcendent powers. Newly expiring bodhisattvas also have transcendent powers, but the powers are not great enough. Just small transcendent powers. Like Grandmaster also has some small transcendent powers. Like this Vajra bell, it's very light. It's very light. You just pick it up like that. When you bless it, you give it energy. Now it'll be different to pick it up. Oh, you can't. It's stick to the table. It's stuck to the table. Of course, if you exert power, you can still pick it up, but it becomes heavy. It's become heavy. So this is small transcendent power. What kind of transcendent power is that? It's a dog's fart power. So now I eliminate the power. Now I can pick it up just like that. And then if you press on it, now there's some power there. Now it's not easy to pick it up. I didn't fix it. Okay, it is stuck to the table, just moving sideways. Don't think that it's because of the vacuum. But how about this one? Okay, there's no suction possible here This one is easy to pick up too. And then when I press it, give it energy, so it's become heavier. It can still be picked up, but it's heavier. And when you don't eliminate the energy, it's still heavy. But if you delete the energy, then you can pick it up easily. This is small, tiny, transcendent power. Have you seen my Dharma bodies? Several of you. Yesterday, last night, who sent a text message to Gloria? Is Gloria here? It's at the main hall. Someone in Southeast Asia sent a text to Gloria and saw lotus blossoms of different colors and also hues of different colors. And so they have the divine seeing, and they were just watching over the internet and still could see them. So that's why there's no distance in the spatial dimension. So they could see the colorful lotuses. That's the reality. So no time and space. So what does it mean there is no time? What time was it here? 8 p.m. It's the same as what time in Southeast Asia? In the afternoon, they saw over the internet and saw all different color lotuses with all different color hues. And they sent a text to Gloria. So if you have the transcendent power of divine seeing, you would be able to see, doesn't matter how far, regardless of the distance. So there's no spatial dimension, there's no distance in the spatial dimension. Vimalakirti was really bad. He's of insulting Sakyamuni Buddha's disciple, and that would be the same as insulting Sakyamuni Buddha. If I were Sakyamuni Buddha, I would immediately come and throw him to the ground. Even when you beat a dog, you should look at its master. And the master of these great disciples was Sakyamuni Buddha. And such a huge and tall seat. And you ask the newly expiring bodhisattvas and the great disciples who are unable to ascend. Sakyamuni Buddha was angry, so generated that sound. This Vimalakirti was really like slapping Sakyamuni Buddha. Oh, it's so bothersome, especially to Sariputra. Sariputra had quite good transcendent power. So at that time, Vimalakirti spoke to Sariputra. You could not ascend the lion seat. It's very easy. He told Sariputra, Sariputra said, "But Vimalakirti, the seat is too high and wide that I cannot ascend it." And Vimalakirti said, "Sariputra, you must pay homage to the Sumeru Light King Tathagata. Then you would be able to find a seat, or to be seated on it." So as such, the newly aspiring bodhisattvas and the great disciples paid homage to Sumeru Light King Tathagata. So in India, they have the custom of paying homage by placing their head on their feet, or their face and knees, or they kneel on the left knee and then use their head to pay homage to the feet of Sumeru Light King Tathagata. And then all the same, they could ascend and sit on the lion's seat. And Sariputra told Vimalakirti, the lay Buddhist, lay master, "This has never happened before." So this is transcendent power. And Sariputra continued, "Such a small room, and it could accommodate such a huge and tall seat, and it's not affecting the city of Vaisali, and also not the Jambudipa, and all the cities and all the under the heaven, the four major continents, the dragon palaces, or the palaces of the ghosts and gods. It didn't feel crowded." So Vimalakirti's small room could accommodate a high and wide seat, and it's not affecting the city of Vaisali, and also it doesn't crowd the Jambudipa, the Aparorogoya, the Uttarakuru, and all the four continents and the 33 heavens on the Sumeru, Mount Sumeru, including the dragon palaces and the palaces of the gods and ghosts. So this is called transcendent power, the incredible, inconceivable transcendent power. I have a rock at home. Don't underestimate that stone. I place it on my cabinet at the South Mountain Retreat. I placed that stone. I didn't bring it with me today, otherwise I could show you. And inside that stone there is a palace, and it is luminous. It can generate light. The stone can emit light. When I turn off the lights, then the stone will emit a blue light, beautiful light, right there, staying right there. One day I will bring it for you to enjoy, to see. And then we turn off all the electric lights, and in the dark I will take out the stone, and the stone will emit, will shine bright light. The stone on Grandmaster's hand is also shining light. This looks big, but including all the tiny diamonds, they are all a total for 10 carats. but the one in the middle actually is just 1 carat. But they design it and place it like that, so it's very sparkling. These are rocks too, but that one is a real stone. But the light that stone can shine is even brighter than this. The watch is also sparkly or shining. And this is one of the 3Ps. The 3Ps are Patek Philippe, AP, and Piaget. They are 3 of the. Oh, this one is one of the 10 famous watches, and the 3Ps are Piaget, Patek Philippe, and AP. The Cantonese, they told me it's called Patek Philippe. Is that right? Piaget. This is, of course, naturally bright, but the stone should not. But that stone is luminous, it's bright, and that's miraculous because there's a beautiful palace in there, and many beings live inside that stone. Many of the gods and ghosts live inside the stone. It's incredible. This was made in Hong Kong. This is Li Feng Yi from Hong Kong. Give me, and he told me, I like to give you a 10-carat diamond ring, and I was very happy hearing that. But actually, it's only 1 carat at the middle, and then around it the tiny diamonds. But I'm very happy about it too, because I just think of it as 10 carat. But the tiny carats are worthless. If you go to the jewelry stores, and they just give it for you for free, the tiny ones, they could just place them. You want it? Here. Oh, then Li Feng Yi will be mad. Oh, since you know that. If you want it, then there's nothing I can do. Then it's yours. But the watch, no. Because this watch is too expensive. One carat and up is valuable, but not underneath. Oh, then why don't you just buy a real ones for me? See, I'm very generous. You wanted it, I give it to you. If you have extended your hand, then it would have been yours. Oh, it's not bad, because we are not greedy toward anything. Anything in the world are only for you. are only loaned to you or borrowed only for you to borrow for a period of time. Eventually, nothing belongs to you, including your own body. Everything is emptiness. When you turn your head and it's all empty. All we think about is we just give it away. Things that should be given away joyfully, with joy. When you see people that are in need, then you give it to them with joy. Then what you get will be more than what you give. That would be that. People will be reincarnated because they have greed. When a human being has no greed, then they can go to the heavenly realm. If you have no greed, you're not greedy for anything, then you can go to the heavenly realms. All people are harmed by greed. About wealth, sensual pleasures, name, food, and sleep, they're all about greed or desire. If you have no greed, then you can go to the heavens. Without desire, you can go to the heavens. This point is very important. So first, we need to abide by the precepts, not to kill, not to steal, not to commit sexual misconduct, not to lie, and not to drink alcohol. But Grandmaster drinks, but to a certain limit. You cannot lose control over your heart or mind. So drinking alcohol is also keeping the precept. But for you to killing is also keeping the precept. Why? That's strange. Because you can kill and to deliver them to the Pure Land and Buddha verses. If you have such an ability, then you don't violate the precept. So you can kill and keep the precept. Let me tell you one thing. You have sexual misconduct, but in doing so, if you can enter samadhi, then that's not violating the precept. Is there anyone who does not violate the precept while doing the sexual misconduct? They are not. A very, very few. In making love, if you can maintain the clear light radiance of your heart and mind, and you can enter samadhi, and you can chant mantras, visualize, and enter samadhi, then there is not violating the precept. Who can do it? Anyone? I can fall asleep on the Dharma throne. That's not violating the precept. Why? Because amidst the sleep, I travel in the 10 directional realms. I can When making love, you can chant the mantra, chant the sutra, and enter samadhi. And even traveling in the 10 directional realms, anyone can. In this world, there are very, very few. You're the only one clapping. That's strange, let me tell you. Now I would like to ask all of you, I can fall asleep on the Dharma throne. When I have attainments in my spiritual cultivation, I am also able to fall asleep and travel around the 10 directional realms while making love. Anyone can? I know someone can prove it, can witness. I had fallen asleep and snored even. But I travel around the 10 directional realms. Here, one day, my Dharma body told a disciple, it's often very windy here and snowing. And I said, my Dharma body told someone, don't not to have wind, strong wind and snow. What did my Dharma body told you? Generating the energy. About having strong wind and snowing? I don't remember this happened. My Dharma body told you that because Grandmaster Lu is here, we don't generate strong wind and snow. My Dharma body told you that because Grandmaster is here, the wind god would not want to create strong winds, and this god of snow, and because they want to show respect to Grandmaster, they will not make it snowing because Grandmaster Lu is here. And you forgot? What are you talking about? My Dharma body told you because they wanted to give face to Grandmaster, so they only created the strong wind and the snow when Grandmaster left. And this is a very tiny, tiny transcendent power. The new year is here. On the road, I saw a dog bent down and spoke to the dog. How is the fortune of this year? And this is also a Chinese word, and the dog bark, and in Chinese it sounds like prosperous.